right. So K Michelle was doing the Cam Newton podcast, and Cam have been accused of raccooning out here, and he always let people come on his platform and disrespect him, and that's what I be saying, man, about Cam, dude. That's exactly what I be saying about Cam. He sit here, he allow these women to come on a podcast and talk about and basically blame him to his face for creating broken homes, and they blame him, right? And a lot of these people say I'm not a pick me and I don't need a man, but their topic is always black men. Black men are pretty much tapped out, bro. Like, they're not gonna say it, and you go out there and you see it. You go out there and you see it. K Michelle's the same woman that's been accused of having a stinky box. Same messy woman with got all this body work done. You know what I'm saying? Apparently she was hollering some type of abuse. And a lot of people didn't believe her. So she fired back at people for saying that she never had no abuse. And like I said before, you can already see, why she's in the position that she's in. She's just a terrible woman. I said it, sure did. Terrible woman, but and they decline. What's the play? Blame black men. And this is why black men don't mess with you. And they got better too. And I had to make sure I searched the right clip. It got better. Thanks to Ron Mexico. I was on the borderline of doing this doing this video. Thanks to Ron Mexico. He pushed me over the hump to do this video. So let's go.
Children do deserve a two-parent household. The reality is that's just not how it worked out. Now, the guilt in me feels that...
You have a guilt?
No. When you hear it, there can be a guilt that happens. It's like you create broken homes. I can't do nothing about that now. But what I can do is try to make my wrongs right. Mm-hmm. I do that by showing up constantly. I have certain things that I do with children, my children specifically, that's our thing.
But what about now in having new kids and creating, is that a goal of yours? And you don't have to answer to anybody.
No, ask the question that you're asking.
You want me to ask you a real question?
Please. Go there.
Okay. Well,
my children do deserve a two-parent household.
Having the situation and relationship that you're in now, I did see that your significant other now is having
another one.
Mm-hmm. Is your goal to create? I think everyone would like to know, is your goal right now to create a two-parent home for your child that you already have and your new child? Is that the goal? Because you do skate around that. From everything that I've watched, you do kind of skate around that. Is the goal? What is the ultimate goal right now in your dating and having kids?
Every situation that I've ever been in, I thought this was the last one.
Okay. Having the situation.
My goal has never been to have multiple significant others.
Okay.
It just worked out like that. So when I say my wrongs to the world or to the stereotype of what a household should be, it has always been screwed up.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What do you think a household should be?
I think there should be a male presence and a female presence in each household, because there are certain things that a man or a female should only or can learn specifically from a man.
Yeah.
And then there are certain things that can only be taught from a female.
Okay.
So That's what I do believe in. I do believe there should always be a two-figure household.
Can I ask you something you might get mad at me about?
Man, you can't make me mad. I'm bulletproof. My goal has never been to have multiple
Being that you're living your life and you are who you are, you have your significant other who is who she is. Do you ever at night or when you're alone or in a space ever feel like you're speaking and things are hurting her?
Yes. Yes.
How do you feel? Like, what does that do to you?
It took her to tell me that. I didn't know. Because you got to understand, too, that people have to give other people grace because those aren't prerequisites of understanding for most men. And I always say this about men. Men don't register things the same way females do. Meaning, I don't know how that make you feel. I know. If you ask me a question, would you hit? Yeah, I hit. But you standing next to your woman.
Mm-hmm. And being that.
Now it's like, would you hit?
Do you see, like, I don't even get into that, but the attack that your significant other gets, I feel is very unfair.
And it's in large part self-inflicted.
What you mean?
Meaning inside the household, I bring these attacks to her. She used the words, not me. She said, baby, I feel like a piñata.
They've liked her before y'all have become a couple.
For sure.
And some things that she has said, you know, might have offended women in other ways, like, you know, and now they're like, oh, so now you're in this situation that you made fun about.
Right. And now all of a sudden you done switched up.
Yeah, you done switched up, but I'm telling you, it's something called being drunk. That dick.
And now it's like, would you hit things? And this is why I always tell females, and I'm grateful that we're having this conversation and you're asking me these questions, because even as strong as I am, even as successful and how much money, I still need help. Help meaning, you got to tell me, babe. Like, I don't know how this is affecting. No, for sure. And sometimes women lead with, you know, you're supposed to lead. Mm-hmm. And that could be like, hold on, but I still need you to give me insight so I can lead us, right? Mm-hmm. And
all right, these ain't none of the clips I'm looking for.
Nowadays, what we're witnessing city girls, we're witnessing this and that, and it's like the genders are doing this.
Clashing.
It is really destroying family. Being a country singer, if you are a singer in country music, you're a man. If you are not married, it is not respected. Family is respected in country music in that space, but in our space, we are singing about side chicks. We are glorifying a lot of women. That's not what happens in Nashville. You can't call a woman a bitch in Nashville because they'll never even listen to your music and your professional career will suffer. At what point in the Black community do our men create real homes? Nowadays, what we're witnessing city girls. Just our first time talking. And you said you didn't even mean for that to happen. Life happens. I'm not here to judge life. I'm looking at a successful Black man that has the ability to literally turn the narrative on Black family. You know? Mm-hmm. And my grandfather, I watched my uncles and everything. My whole family, they're married. I'm not the girl who didn't see.
Let me say this, man. Let me cut her off here, dude. One, I don't trust no dude who crosses his legs like that. Flat out. Two, Black women, they use the internet more than anything. You can look at the Shade Room and look that up more. They make up 7.5% of the population in the U.S. They use the internet more than any other demographic, sex or whatever, right? All right, so they live through the internet. So when they look at a Cam Newton or, you know, you see the whole thing that's going on with Terrence Crawford and him having a baby outside his marriage and all, or outside his girlfriend. They look at black men through a celebrity scope, right? And then if you say, also, they only look at black men through the top percentage of men. They don't see nobody else. The top 16% of guys they procreating with, that's how they see black men. And usually those top 16% of the black community, maybe 5% of those guys are super, super duper wealthy because 86% of millionaires are married, even though they won't stop to sleep with a married man. You know, they look at us through that microscope. The top 16% that's having all the same kids, the Pookies, the Ray Rays, the status, the financial status people. That's how they look at black. That's how they look at black men. That's how they look at us. So they don't see, you know what I'm saying? They don't see the other 84%. They don't see when they talking about, oh, when are we gonna do? Look here, black men have been trying, bro. That's why they walked away. Black men have, tried to do the right thing, and their wives have left the marriage for no reason. Am I lying? Their wives have left I got bored. You know what I'm saying? They left the marriage for no reason. Think about that for a minute. A lot of women, they left because they got bored. Go on TikTok, you hear about it all the time. So when they sit here and they try to blame men like Cam for creating broken homes, like it's a large percentage of black men who don't even have children. Let me say it. It's a large percentage of black men who don't even have children. So when they look at Cam Newton and those top 16%, that's all they see. That's all they see. That's all they see. That's all they see. They don't see nobody else. They don't see anybody else. They just see that. So they don't see the regular hardworking guy who sat there and didn't have children out of wedlock, did it the right way, still with the woman, married the woman, and still in the household. They don't care what the statistics say. It's what they see on the surface level. It's what they see because they live through social media. They live through social media, so we get the grunt of the blame for what the top 16% of the men do. It's not even 20% no more. It's top 16. So all the hardworking dudes and all you say, damn, you know what? I did the right way. She walked away. I did it the right way. Still black man fought. And it's never the blame on the woman. You ever notice that? They never blame the woman. You know, that Jazzy girl, they never blame her. She knew Cam had multiple kids by multiple women and all that. And she still went. Why ain't the blame on the woman? The woman have the access to the sex. The woman could have said, you know what? Let me go get a good stand-up guy to create my family with. No, she wanted to go be a statistic. She wanted to go be a fucking statistic. She chose that. With her having the right to be, with her having the right to have the access to sex and tell Cam no or go pick another guy that she would want to go be with. Why ain't the blame on her? She chose to sleep with this guy. She chose to open her legs. She chose to have a child with this dude. She chose it. So why is it never the responsibility on the woman? It's always the man. These women are choosing. Like 65% of black women had out of all the women have 3 or more kids or some shit like that. And a lot of times it's about multiple different dudes. But I'm gonna let her finish on this one.
What a man creating a black family is supposed to be. So I'm asking right now, black men, I got to tell my black men to really step up for black women and create families.
Yeah.
No. Y'all walk away for nothing because guys are boring. You don't spend enough. Y'all walk away for black. Y'all don't want black men. Y'all want people like Cam. Y'all want black men. Blame the women for sleeping with Cam. Cam wifed a stripper and created a family with a stripper. We all knew that wasn't going to work. Stop blaming us. The large majority of black men don't even have children no more. So why are we still getting the blame? I just don't understand that.
It's really not cool. Black men are attacking black women And it's not a cool, they're not creating homes. They're
Fuck the tissue, them fake tears. Y'all are creating broken homes. Y'all are picking Pookies and Ray Rays. Talk about the men y'all going to prison and finding men in prison and all that type of shit. I don't really understand. They keep blaming us. Check y'all. Y'all on the internet every day. Where the men go? Oh, black man ain't nothing. Black man did this. Like we tired of it, bruh. Most guys just gonna go get a passport, go get a snow money, go get a Mexican, go get a Puerto Rican, and we done with it. We done with it. But hold on, I got more. I'm gonna let her cook. Let her cook. We'll go let her cook.
Have you ever dated outside your race?
Yes, that's all I would like to do.
Now?
And this is why I tell you, bro, the majority of black women, let me say this she's spinning the block. The majority of black women have slept with non-black men, especially white dudes. That's who they value. That's who they value. Let me tell you again. That's who they value. They've slept with all of ask them next time you date a black. Yes, she's dated outside her race. You're the last option. As a black man, you're not their number one option. That's why when she get on here, she crying and she talking about oh, black man. This is what you call spinning the block because she couldn't find nothing better. They always use us as the backup plan. The stepfathers, they always use us as the backup. We are their backup plan. They don't desire black men. Them tears that she crying is because she couldn't go find better. This is why I showed this clip.
Yes.
Okay.
I've always told my sisters to go where they are loved. And I've always told black women to be open to dating, even outside of their race. I love black love, and
she told black women, why not tell black people? Why not tell black men to do the same thing? I'm telling you, bruh. I'm telling you, this is them. They don't have a problem with a black woman going to date outside her race, but they got a big problem with it. I'm telling you, listen to black women and you're going to lose every time, especially old washed up black women like her stanky coochie
I would
ass.
like that. But to see my African-American women sitting around waiting on a black man as he chooses whoever he wants to choose. I want black men to do, if they were a black woman, to build a black family. I'm not the girl that sits up there and looks at the black man when he date a white woman or date someone and say, "Ooh, you can't do that." Why?
Then if you wasn't that, why did you say that in the beginning? Why did you say that about, oh, I want to see my black women? Why not my black people? As long as they're happy. She is lying.
White men love me.
Where's the ring? If a white man love her, where the ring at?
Right. White men love me. And that is just
Once you go black. I love that for you.
You do?
I swear on everything.
Tell me why you love that for me. Come on.
I'm an opponent of.
Look here. If a white man love her, where's the ring? Where's the ring? Where's the ring?
Happy. Don't tell me you married.
I'm not.
If you can't tell me that you're happily married. Don't tell me you're in a relationship.
Oh, but they gonna tell you they married. I've been married, but you are miserable.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Frost Beach.
That's Keisha playbook. Keisha 1-on-1. I can't get married, so I'm gonna shame other women that's married. Meanwhile, you in a relationship getting tossed up by Brad, swirling and not getting a ring. You happy just getting tossed past Brad to Brad. Brad on Brad on Brad. Brad on Brad on. I'm telling you, bro, this is why dudes walking away.
Stro. It reminds me of the Rashida and Kirk situation. They've been married for forever, and they are.
I ain't going there. This is it. I ain't going there. She bitter. She bitter. You been in these streets. Your coochie stank. From what niggas say, your coochie stank. Your body fake. You will knock off Keisha Cole. We ain't trying to hear it. So she can sit there and talk about Rashida and Rita and Tamar Braxton. You got all that cake batter on your face. You got all that body work done. You got all that shit on your arm. And you a white zaddy worshiper. At least Rashida got a black man. You know what I'm saying? You out here part of the Swirl Patrol, sis. You part of the Swirl Patrol. Nobody trying to hear that, bro. At all. Bro, busted and disgusted. You know, every time it don't work out for them, it's black man fault, and then they want to come cry. But no, we don't want used up K Michelle. We don't want the washed up Keisha Cole. Sorry, Timu Keisha Cole. Hit the link in the description. Follow, join the Patreon. Follow me everywhere. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel.